Jesus as God?
He came to save you.
Okay, do you believe Jesus as God?
I believe you're in trouble.
No, do you believe Jesus is God?
I believe you're in trouble and you need saving.
But you don't believe Jesus is God?
You need saving.
Okay, for the sake of your argument, let's discuss about whether Jesus died for your sins or not. Shall we talk about that? Okay, how?
Because of your sin, the consequence of sin.
Yes.
You get caught in sin, and you end up dead. And
so now,
and a judgment.
Okay, can I ask you a question now? Can I ask you a question now? Okay, about this. No, it's related about this topic. No, your topic.
Isn't it important?
I wanted to discuss about the triune God, but now you're talking about
Isn't it important to be saved from that?
Okay, thank you.
You said, I need to spread the message.
So now I want you to explain it to me how you are saved from sins. Please tell me.
By the grace of God.
How?
And Jesus is the expression of the grace of God.
But how you are saved by and how Jesus saves you? I want you to tell me.
How he saves you.
Tell me please. Tell me please. How Jesus died for your sins. How do you? What evidence do you have?
What evidence?
What evidence do you have that Jesus died for your
You
sins?
just said to me, you believed in the prophets and in the books.
Books, context. What books are you talking
Here are
about?
the books.
Okay, what books are you talking about?
The Gospel of John, for example.
Okay, well, according to what? According to what sources?
John,
Okay, John.
Written by
According to Islam? Is this according to Islam? You told me to believe the books.
Yeah.
But what books are you talking about?
this is what is this book.
But Allah never told me to believe in this
Oh
book.
yes.
No.
Oh yes.
No, where? Tell me.
Oh,
please.
yes.
Okay, tell me.
The books. You believe in the books?
What books? Context.
No, this is
It can be any book.
Yeah, no.
But what
everybody-
book? Context.
This is a book.
But what book, please? Context.
This the book of John.
The book of John.
Okay.
Did Allah ask me to believe in this
You
book?
don't even know. You don't know which books.
Okay, let me use your book now.
You should believe.
Okay, let me use your book.
Now, if you don't know, why don't you study your religion?
Okay.
Find out the most
I already
fundamental
know.
question.
I found out.
Which books do you need to believe in?
I know the books.
When
Shall I
know-
tell you? Okay, shall I tell you? Shall I tell you what books to
Ask
believe?
me if you should believe in. the
Okay,
Gospel
let me
of
tell you
John.
what books to believe then.
If you don't want.
Okay, let me tell you. According to Islamic sources, the books Allah told me to believe is Quran, Injil, and Torah, the book of David, Zabur. Wait, let me finish.
Injil.
Now I'll explain it to you in the context. The context. I'm going to let you know the context. So the Torah is the book which was given to Prophet Moses, and Injil is the book which was given to Prophet Jesus. So Injil and the four Gospels have two different books
Okay, no.
according to Islam.
Yeah, that's no. That's.
So
not-
let me give you one verse.
This is just your story.
Okay, no, my
Yes,
story.
you
I'll
made
give
it
you the
up.
reference. No,
No,
I'll
you
give you the
just made it
reference.
up.
Okay, I'll give you the reference.
No, you made it
Okay,
up.
now I'll give you the reference from the
yeah,
Quran.
fine, you
I'm
can
not
make it
making
up.
up. I'm not making
Or
up.
maybe some scholar made it.
No,
up.
no, I'm not giving you.
You
I'm
have a
not
scholar-
making up.
You have a scholar who made it. up.
Okay, how did you come to know that the books Allah was talking about is the four Gospels? How did you come to know?
Obvious.
You quoted from the Quran, yes? So now I'm quoting from the Quran and letting you know the difference between Injil and the four Gospels.
Actually,
Are you here with
it's
me?
a bit boring. I'm not with you.
Yeah, so you don't want to know. Okay, brother, he doesn't want to know. Basically, what he said is Injil is the book that Allah approved. And he's trying to say Injil is the four Gospels. And many times I said Injil and the four Gospels are two different books. Example, if I give many reasons, over 10 reasons, Injil cannot be the four Gospels. Number one, Allah said in the Quran, chapter 5, verse 47, Allah said Injil, Allah has sent down Injil. But the books, the four Gospels they have, never came from above. Allah never sent it down. And the author of Injil is not John, it's not Mark, it's not Matthew, it's not Luke, and it's not Paul. But Christians here are saying Injil is the book that Allah approved, which is the 4 Gospels. The first reason, Injil, Allah has sent it down. The Bible was never sent down by Allah. Number 2, Injil, the author of Injil is Allah. The author of the 4 Gospels is not Allah. Third reason, Allah said all Christians and Trinitarians will end up in hell. That's why Allah said in the Quran, when He was talking about Prophet Jesus, Allah said in chapter 5, verse 72 to 73, verse 72, Allah said, فقال المسيح يا بني إسرائيل اعبدوا الله ربي وربكم إنه من يشرك بالله فقد حرم الله عليه الجنة. Allah is telling us what Jesus said to His disciples and to His people. He said, Allah said, وقال المسيح, the Christ said, يا بني إسرائيل, all the children of Israel, اعبدوا الله ربي وربكم, worship my Lord and your Lord. Indeed, whoever associates with Allah, Prophet Jesus said, Allah is telling us what Prophet Jesus said. Jesus said, indeed Allah has prohibited that person, whoever associates anything others with Allah, Allah has forbidden him, that person, to enter, has forbidden him to enter the heaven. So according to Islamic sources, according to Quran, according to the teaching of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Trinitarians and Christians all are going to hell. They will never go to heaven. They will dwell therein in hellfire. So that's the third reason. The fourth reason, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was mentioned in the book of Torah and in Injil. But Christians disagree and rejected that, about that, and disagree with Allah. Number 4, Injil, Allah is the one who is speaking, not not Mark, not John, not Luke, not Matthew. The other reason Injil cannot be the 4 Gospels, the 4 Gospels were written after Jesus ascended to heaven, around 30 years or 35 or 40. Even the scholars are not agreeing when was exactly written those 4 Gospels. It's not even accurate. Allah told us the other reason Injil cannot be the book of Torah and the book of the 4 Gospels is that Allah told us Prophet Jesus and his disciples all were Muslims. Allah said subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, chapter 3, verse 49 to 54, Allah is telling us the believers of Jesus were Muslims, and Christians believe the believers of Jesus were Christians, were Trinitarians. The other reason Injil cannot be the 4 Gospels, Allah told us Injil was given to Jesus, and Jesus was only sent to the Israelites, to his people, not to Gentiles. That's what Allah said in chapter 3 verse 49, وَرَسُولًا إِلَى بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ. Jesus was a messenger to Israelites, not to Gentiles. So Christians are confused between the difference between Injil and the 4 Gospels. Allah said Injil, and they have 4 Gospels. It's not even one. According to the Bible, Jesus himself is indicating that he had a book, and that's why he said in Matthew chapter 24 verse 14, Jesus said, this gospel, if Christians are telling us Injil is the 4 Gospels, and Jesus is saying this Gospel. Christians have 4 Gospels, and Jesus said this Gospel. He never said these 4 Gospels. So Injil cannot be the 4 Gospels of Jesus and of Christians, Trinitarians. And the other one, Jesus preached Islam, not triune God. Allah never approved Trinitarians, Christians, and the triune God. Allah never approved that Jesus came to die for their sins. So how can Injil be the 4 Gospels? There is no chance Injil to be the 4 Gospels. And that's how I'm going to conclude. Any Christians here would like to use Injil to justify Injil to be the 4 Gospels, please come here and discuss with me. Feel free anytime. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
دقيقة بس هنا أبيك توضح حاجة. هذا
It's not mine. Excuse me, sir. Yes. No, I went to pray. I didn't film.
How many people come up and agree with me? When you finish